If you've ever wondered how to track efficiency and spot bottlenecks in your team's workflow, mastering lead time in Jira is absolutely essential. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to locate lead time in your Jira project, interpret the numbers you see, and even fine-tune the report to fit your needs, all with just a few simple clicks. Ready to get started? Let's dive right in. First things first, you'll want to open up your Jira project. This might sound obvious, but it's important to make sure you're in the exact project where you want to analyze lead time. If you're working with multiple teams or handling several projects, double-check that you're looking at the right one. This keeps your reports accurate and ensures you're not comparing apples to oranges. Once you're inside your chosen project, look over to the left-hand menu. You'll see a bunch of options organized there, things like board, backlog, and so on. Find and click on Reports. This section is a goldmine for tracking team performance, and it's where all the insight-driven charts live in Jira. Within the Reports menu, look for an option labeled Control Chart. Go ahead and click on that. The control chart is the tool we'll use to visualize lead time. Think of the control chart a bit like your project's fitness tracker. It automatically measures how long each issue spends moving from creation to completion, helping you spot patterns, just like a step counter shows your daily activity trends. Now, right away, the control chart pulls up a visual display of your lead time data. You'll see a timeline showing how long every individual issue spent in progress, from the moment it was created until it was finished. At the top, you'll probably notice an average lead time calculation, and you might also spot clusters or spreads that suggest where things are getting stuck. Don't worry if the chart looks a bit dense at first. Take your time exploring the lines and dots. Hover over a specific point to see exactly how long an issue took. It's great for spotting outliers, like that one bug that dragged on for weeks, or the ticket that zipped right through your process. With these numbers at your fingertips, you can immediately start looking for patterns. For example, if most issues take 5 days but a few spike up to 10 or 15, you've just identified potential bottlenecks. Maybe a particular review stage is slowing things down, or your team is short-staffed during certain weeks. Understanding these trends empowers you to have meaningful conversations and make your process smoother. But what if you want to zoom in on a specific period, like the past month, sprint, or quarter? Or maybe you only care about in progress to done and want to ignore other column statuses. No problem. Jira lets you refine your report. At the top of the control chart, you'll spot controls for adjusting the time frame or selecting which columns to include in your calculation. This is super useful if you want to analyze just your current sprint or focus on a particular workflow. Don't worry if it takes a moment to get used to these filters. Experimenting is a great way to really learn what each setting does. And that's it. You've just learned how to calculate, interpret, and customize lead time data in a Jira. Knowing your lead time helps you understand your team's true pace and makes it easier to find opportunities for improvement. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions or want to see a deep dive into another Jira report. And of course, subscribe for more straightforward tutorials that'll help you work smarter in Jira and beyond. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.